All right, guys, we are leaving Palermo to go over to Taormina. We're stopping in two cities. We're stopping in Catania, and I always pronounce this one wrong. It's like Cefalù or something. I don't know. It's this beautiful seaside town, so I'm so excited. But anyways, when I was praying this morning on what my testimony should be, I was like, man, we're jumping already to another one. And it made me think of this time, it made me think of one of my testimonies, which was this time that we were in a school, our kids were in a school that we absolutely loved. Like, I was going to be here for life. Like, all my kids were going to graduate from here because I loved the school so much. I knew all of the teachers. They all became my friends. I rebuilt their whole PTF. It's like a PTA, like the parent-teacher thing of the school. Made lifelong friends. I didn't have a church at that time because we were in Medina, and we just had a hard time finding a church in Medina. And they were like my church family. They were all like-minded. This school was very intentional about training children in scripture and understanding it and living it out every day, and how to be a light to the world. And like, it was literally so perfect, and I absolutely loved it. And I was not praying to try to find a way out of this school at all. And but one day I was sitting doing my Bible, and God said, hey, you're going to homeschool next year. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, because I was actually homeschooling my firstborn till third grade, and I planned on always homeschooling. And then he called us out of homeschooling into the school, and I was like, what the heck? But then I was in the school, and I was like, oh, now I understand why, because I needed this school. And now he's calling me back into homeschooling, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what? And I was like, okay. And he's like, because you're going to do some extended travel. My husband does not like traveling at all. He now does it because of that whole experience, but like, he did not like traveling. Like, he took a week vacation, and he did not ever love even taking the week vacation when he'd get off work and go to like the beach. Like, he just was not a traveler. He likes his own bed. He likes his home. He likes his routine. And I was like, Lord, I don't think that you know Andrew. And I was like, if this is really you, you're going to put this on his heart, because I love this school. I don't really care to homeschool now. Like, I really love these people, and like, I don't even know how I would do it with this many kids. Like, I just, and sure enough, he ended up coming to Andrew, and Andrew's like, I think that we're supposed to homeschool next year because I think we're going to be traveling, and I don't really know what that means. Maybe it's just like a month somewhere. I was like, yeah, okay. I heard like the same thing. And then COVID hit, and we had the distant learning the end of the school year, which was horrible when you have multiple different grades. Like, so bad to like log into all these different Zooms, different teachers on different ones, trying to fulfill what they're asking you to do in multiple spaces. And I'm like, okay, God has shown me loud and clear that we are homeschooling next year, because I cannot do distant learning. Like, that's not gonna fly. So we actually talked to the school first about doing like a hybrid. I'm notorious for doing this, where God tells me to do something and I try to figure out how to get what I want plus what he wants. It never works out. FYI, he always wins. He always slams doors in my face. I'm like, okay, I did it again. Sorry. I should just say yes right off the bat. And we tried to talk him, we helped them try to put together this thing for homeschooling parents who wanted a school community, this like hybrid situation. And then like a month before that launched and the school year launched, God's like, that's not what I said. You're not doing it. So then I had to humbly go to all these people and be like, hey, so I know I'm helping you do this, but I can't actually attend and do it myself, because God's been very clear about it. And we have to just be doing this extended travel. And I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Know that I'm really, really, really sorry. It was me being disobedient, trying to make it work for myself and what I wanted. And it was very humbling. But anyways, needless to say, he called us into traveling. So we had plans to do 2 months in Arizona and 1 month in New Orleans. Basically, after being 2 months gone in Arizona, my husband was going to launch a company with his brother down there. And he's like, I'm going to have to start traveling back to Cleveland. Where can I leave you? I said, New Orleans. I you can leave me in New Orleans. My grandma was born and raised there. My family vacationed there every summer all my life. We didn't have beach vacations. We had New Orleans vacations on a lake. And I know that city like I know home. So that's where you can leave me. So we found a house in Garden District and we stayed there. So we did. We packed everything up for homeschooling. We went to Arizona for 2 months. We did start our house renovation. We're like, all right, well, since we're doing this, we can do the house renovation we've been needing to do because we won't even be here. So did that. He did that in Arizona where he launched his company. Then we went to to New Orleans, which was the coolest experience I could give my kids. I mean, learning the trolley system, learning just how to evangelize. We were in the Garden District and they would go up, walk up to this, the community like basketball court, and we in New Orleans were the minority. Like it's all African American, like that's the most of the people that are in the city. So my kids did not see a white person unless we went into the deep city where the tourists are, because where we were it didn't exist. So it was really interesting for them to like learn what it felt like to be a minority. And they'd go up to the playground and the culture was very different than what we were used to in Westlake, Ohio. So like they played basketball and this mom would come up really angry with her kid and start like cussing for him to come home. And they're like, well, Antoine's mom's really mad, Mom. Like she is. And while we don't say those words, like different parents, like she still loves Antoine. Like it was just like learning the differences in some of the cultures and some of the way people live their life. But like every day, the grocery store was up the street from us. So literally just the morning of, I decided what I was making for dinner and I'd send a couple kids up with some money to go buy the groceries and they'd come back with the groceries for dinner that day and lunch that day. And it was so, so beautiful and so fruitful. And I think really set my kids up for the next season God had, where they were going to be doing a lot of evangelism in schools when they came back. But it really made them so solid in the faith. Like they got to exercise all the things that they learned when they were in the other school, teaching them these things, like teaching them being grounded in doctrine and theology and being able to answer hard questions. It really grounded them, and then they got to use those skills with a bunch of people that they probably won't see again, you know? So then when they came back and we were in a school and they were challenged sometimes with people, they felt confident, you know, of like, oh, I know my faith. I know the Bible, which was really cool. But another little part in this testimony is after we said yes and did this, it actually turned into 7 months us gone. So I had 9 kids. Yeah, 9 kids at the time, pregnant with our 10th. So we did have a time limit because I was a ticking bomb. And it ended up turning into 7 months because our house ended up just taking a really long time for renovation. It was unlivable because we were doing like the kitchen, the living room, plus 2 of the bedrooms, plus redoing the upstairs attic to finish it to become an extra bedroom because we were out of bedroom space. So we had to move the boys in the attic. So they were finishing that and putting another bathroom up there. Like it literally, there was construction on every floor. Like you could not live in it. And they kept saying like, you know, stuff's getting delayed because of COVID and all these other things where it wasn't done. So then we stayed another month in New Orleans. We ended up 2 months in New Orleans, went back to Arizona for a couple months before finally like saying, well, I'm at my due date in a month. I have to come home. Like, I'm sorry, I have to come home. You guys have to figure this out in my house. We came home. Sorry, this is turning into a really long testimony because it's like the whole story, but it's like, man, God's goodness and faithfulness, and you don't even realize it, how perfect he is when you're in it. But like, if you just trust it and not have fear, like there were so many moments of having fear when we were on the trip, or people thought we were crazy. Tons of people told us not to go, that this isn't okay, that this is ridiculous and we should just stay with a relative. And then when we were on the trip, people still kept saying that, and I get their love that they wanted us back home, but like, we knew we were supposed to stay. We knew we were supposed to have another. We knew we were supposed to extend it. Like the whole thing, like God just made it so clear to us, and we knew so deep down that all these people trying to solve the problem differently, we just knew it was noise. I don't know how else to explain it. But we actually came back, and 3 days later, I gave birth to my daughter, and in a house that was staged because we didn't have a house yet. So like we came back, couldn't move into our house. It was like literally unable to be lived in still. So moved into our old house that was staged for sale, took it off the market, went there and birthed her before a couple weeks moving back into our house. But it was, needless to say, it was so insane, but God's timing was so perfect. And the things that he, like I said, taught my kids, sometimes we'll look at it as like, oh, but our kid needs, like, but what about their friends? What about this, Lord? What about, don't you know that he knows all of it? Don't you know that he knows your whole future, your kid's whole future, your husband's whole future, the things all of you will need? Like, God knows, and he's not going to do it. Like, he's never trying to like punish you or trying to like do anything bad. Like, he's a good God all the time. So like, you just have to trust that he has that good plans, that he already knows what your kid needs, that he already knows your needs and what you're going to need in the future. And like I said, I could see how what he did then that I didn't realize, and was so hard. Like, he had to like pry my fingers off of the school because I really, really love them. But like, it has to be for a season, because he has to be my first yes above all else. Like, I might really love something, but like, God has to be my first yes. So that can go across everywhere in your life, you know, like a job that you don't want to leave, or a house that you don't want to leave and he's calling you to move, or like a school, like I said, with kids, or to go back to school as an adult. Like, every yes, I will say I have more hard yeses than easy yeses. He pushes me out of my comfort zone constantly, but it's always for good. Like, it's always, every single time I've said yes, guys, I have never been disappointed. I've always been absolutely amazed at God's perfection, how he goes beyond my understanding and gives me exactly what I need, and what I ended up wanting and didn't even realize that's what I was wanting, or how to get to that thing I wanted. But I had to take a step in that faith and say yes. So that's my testimony in that today. Sorry, this is long. But we'll see you guys in Termina.